What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And yes, sir, ma'am, I'm wearing my Travis Kelce jersey on because my boys in back-to-back Chiefs did it yet again. And they, beat the Houston Texans. And they're gonna go to the AFC Championship, hosting it at Arrowhead Stadium, which is the best city of the United States. The complete opposite where AEW was just at this week. But this is AEW Maximum Carnage version of Collision, and we got so much to talk about on there. But I want to give a quick shout out to my boys and Chiefs real quick, which I think they're gonna be the third peat, like winning their third straight Super Bowl and their third straight year in a row of winning. But yeah, they defeated the Houston Texans 23. The awful happened is Justin Reed nearly got hurt. Hopefully, he does play on the next game, which they're going to play either the Buffalo Bills or the Baltimore Ravens, depending on who wins tomorrow's game in the afternoon. But or even the evening time. But I want to give the thoughts and prayers to my boy, the corner, on the Chiefs, but I also want to tell you that I will be making the game review between the Bills and the Ravens, tomorrow, review of that. So stay tuned for that. And don't worry, I will be talking about the Chiefs, and I will be wearing this, because the Chiefs are undefeated when it comes to me, talking about them on the SNA podcast, and I sure hope that stays the way. And also, I also want to talk about that I will be remaining red because the game that was on earlier on the prime time, which was featured the Commanders against the Lions, and if y'all probably haven't guess who won that game, like what I just said, but we're talking about Collision tonight, right here, right now. I'm talking more in details of what happened on that game, on the divisional round, which we're gonna get to after this. Talk about AEW Collision, which this was a pre-tape episode from 2 days ago, which it was live then when they were in the worst city of the United States of Cincinnati. But this is where we got plenty of good matches, including in the opener and the main event. I'll say, even though there was some filler, with the Continental Championship and tag team match and Dustin Rhodes in the squash match against a jobber, but that's where we got the silver trophy of the night likely came on, and it was Hangman Adam Page taking on, what's his name, Christopher Daniels, and you already guessed that the golden trophy goes to the 12-man tag match, which was very tremendous, even though, it might have been boring, if this was any other 12-man tag match, which it seemed on paper it may seem a little too much and boring, but with all 12 of these men that were in the ring at the same time, they're going to give you your money's worth. It's like if it's not even a multi-man tag match, rather than just everybody getting involved in a one-on-one match, like if it's the tribal combat match of last year's showcase of the Immortal event. But anyways, let's get things started with the opener, which was Hangman Page against Christopher Daniels. And I heard earlier in the day, this will probably be his last match because he is going to be retiring afterwards. And man, this, I'm not sure if this was the best way to retire, but it was some gruesome, bloody violence that were involved in this match. If they were wrestling on even if it's a B-plus pay-per-view, it still was, completely extreme. But this is where they started some strikes running to each other, and Hangman Page must have got the fourth place spot in Gunther's envy list because he started hitting the chops. This is where we got Hangman Page in corner Christopher Daniels after coming from the upper left side, when Christopher Daniels started going for strikes. This is where Hangman Page, after holding on to him for a couple of seconds, started hitting with right hands. This is where then he took a little breather break. This is where then he picked up the fallen angel. This is where he tried to throw him right to the upper right side. But Christopher Daniels tried to fall up and try to go for a splash, but it's where Hangman Page boots him right to the face. That's where he started hitting him with right hands repeatedly. This is where we got what's his name? Christopher Daniels then fell right on the outside. And then the rules in Texas death matches don't apply to the pinfalls. That's the only rule. But there's no countouts, no disqualifications, no road break. The only way to win is by The only way to win is by submission or like beating your opponent by making them stay down for 10 seconds. But it's kind of like a last man standing match, if you ask me, like, but which includes submission into the rules. But that's where we got Hangman eventually threw Christopher Daniels back in the ring, but that's why he wouldn't stop arguing with the fans that were in attendance. One thing for sure I wouldn't blame Hangman Page for doing, for disagreeing with the fans, but he should be arguing with them later after he's not in the match. But this is where he gets suicide dive. But this is where then he tried to go for a springboard maneuver when Christopher Daniels was going for right into the left corner side, but he gets tripped and hits face first. Hangman Page threw him right to the bottom corner. Barricade. It's where he hits him with the upper part of the chair right to his face. It's where Hangman Page like, I'm not done yet. Even though he just knocked him out so hard to the point he started making him leak out the red stuff. That's where then he throws the former incompetent ball biscuit head authority figure right back in the ring, but it's where he tried to make him more busted open like than he already was, or more cut open is probably the better term to use, because this is where he grabbed onto the barbed wire and try to wrap it around his head, but what's name was resisting Mr. Christopher Daniels. But it's where we got Hangman Page was more stronger than what Daniels was, considering that he got cut open easier. This is where he start rubbing it around his bald noggin, and I hope I don't sound offensive, especially to my boy Simon Miller. But anyways, this is where we got what's his name? Hangman Page started whipping him with the whipping him with the barbed wire like if it's like a pair of whips. This is where he tried to cut what's his name's face off right out of his head, Christopher Daniels, by wrapping the barbed wire around his mouth and jawline area. He started pulling it back. And I was like, like if he's not careful, like he could possibly could do that. Like if it's episode of SpongeBob if they were wrestling. But this is where then we got Christopher Daniels eventually got out of it. But this is where he tried to go for a clothesline, but he ends up getting booted right to the face by the cowboy that calls himself Sugar Honey Iced Tea. But it's where then we got the former AEW World Champion balled it around his fist. And I was like, I don't think y'all should be doing that on you, because your hands probably end up being mine, like when it comes in the wintertime, because for some reason I'm not, I just have some kind of a issue with my hands, like with it. We're kind of cracking up and start cracking up and start cutting up, like ever since the winter started, like with the cold crisp weather, like it ends up with little scratches and cuts and I'll say ashes, I guess you could say. But luckily I got them gold on to wipe it up and make it smooth again, which reminds me I need to do that after I do all my videos on my podcast. But I was like, if Heyman's not careful, he's gonna end up just like your boy, the super ninja assassin himself. But it's where then they went to the partial powerful force in professional wrestling, which is the picture-in-picture break. It's where he started stomping around Christopher Daniels until we went right into the bottom corner ringside area. This is where we got Hangman Page he grabbed onto the fan favorite weapon in all the PW, and that is the table, the what they call it, the table, which the fans love, like ever since the Dudley Boys always bring out the tables to give the fans some very interesting extreme violence. This is where we got what happened was. But once they got done on the advert, this is where then Heyman Page and try to wait for Christopher Daniels to get right back up, because there was no chance that he looked like he was about to get back up. But this is where we got Heyman Page put the table right over him. This is where he hits a double knees right onto Christopher Daniels, just completely massacring the poor 34-year veteran, or maybe 33-year veteran, actually, yeah. But it's where then Hangman Page grabbed onto a Texas Death-inspired, what they call a barbed wire wrap table, like that was wrapped in completely out of barbed wire, like all around the fan favorite weapon. This is where then we got what's his name? Hangman Page taking to side. This is where he can put up the table upright in the ring. This is where he tried to grab on to the former EVP incompetent ball biscuit head by trying to go for an avalanche suplex right into the very devastating fan favorite weapon. But what happened? I think Christopher Daniels tried to fight him off that first or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, this is where we got. Here's where we got, the Cowboy trying to go for a Super. But here's where the Fallen Angels started hitting some right axe handles to the Cowboy. Here's where he started hitting repeated noggin headbutts right exactly into Hangman's noggin until he was down, hanging on to the right side, dangling. Here's where we got Christopher Daniels to try to go for a Uranagi slam. This where then Christopher Daniels slams Hangman back first right into the shredding barbed wire, just messing up the back and cutting it up like if he's trying to slice up some turkey or chicken meat, like from roasted chicken or turkey, like whether if it's like in my old household, like with my family used to eat like in on Wednesday nights, like just like when AEW Dynamite would come on, but the only time that actually happened was probably like the last time, I'll say about a few years ago. But anyways, but even before AEW even existed, that's what we used to have, like baked chicken with some very delicious vegetables like spinach, mashed potatoes, and etc. But anyways, like this is where his back was look like if it was like a half-assed cut-up chicken or even a cut-up turkey on Thanksgiving or on the post-Thanksgiving night, I guess you could say. But that's where we got Christopher Daniels to try to go for Uranagi slam. Hangman out Page rolled out into an arm drag, clothesline Christopher Daniels as soon as he got back up, right to the left side. Hangman out Page like, I'm not completely done yet. I mean, it's very obvious that I'm not, but I want to do a very special move right here onto this very sliding ramp. It's where we try to go for his finishing maneuver right on the outside, which is the buckshot lariat. But it's where Hangman Adam Page it's where Hangman Adam Page got countered by Christopher Daniels when he tried to go for his what they call it, his butterfly face buster maneuver. But it's where Hangman Adam Page back body dropped him right off right over the ramp right onto the left corner side is where he lands right back in the ring. Is where Hangman Adam Page took a piece out of a barbed wire and, that was wrapped around his knee. Is where then he grabbed a ball and grabbed it with his bare hands and started rubbing it right against the face onto Christopher Daniels, like how like how that hardcore legend that was obsessed with barbed wire bats and 2x4s and whatnot. But this is where then he, after he ball that around his face, and this is where we got Hangman Adam Page and follow that up and finally hits him with the buckshot lariat. This is where then he hits him with a dead eye that was very painful right through the chair. Back first is where it was, Christopher Daniels is definitely not going to get back up. And needless to say, he did not get right back up. Like when the referee, as soon as he counted the 10, and the winner of this match and possibly Christopher Daniels' final match in not only AEW, but also overall in professional wrestling because he's retiring. Like it's Hangman Adam Page, and I like how they capitalized onto this fight, like with Hangman Adam Page being the over one, like considering that he's been on the mean streak lately, and Christopher Daniels gave it what he got, but unfortunately, it was not enough to put away the former AEW champion. If anything, Hangman got more of the offense than Christopher had, if I'm being completely honest. But before Hangman went right out of the ring and tried to hit, before he was about to leave and go back to his locker room, it's where Hangman had Page. They came back and hit him with the double butterfly, what they call face buster maneuver, which that's insult to injury, to the the double-winged angels, I guess you could say, double-winged angel face buster maneuver. That's what it's called, not the double butterfly, which I hear in generic wrestling companies they call it that. Like if it's a generic maneuver, like it's not named after from a wrestler. But this is where we got. That's where we got Christopher Daniels looked very in so much pain and looked like that he was barely breathing and looked like he's barely staying alive, which I think that's probably the best way to kill him off, from in the wrestling business, and probably for the best for him to retire in this way. But even though I think he should have a better send off than this one, but hey, if what's name asked for this, if the Fallen Angels himself asked for this, I guess this is probably for. Maybe it's probably for like I said, for the best for him to hang up his boots for good in this manner. But let me know in the comments below if you think he should have had a much better one, or do you think this was perfect for the former AEW Tag Team Champion? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But moving on, we got Tony Storm that came out because she was in the in-ring interview with Antonio Schiavone, with him asking like how you feel like would you winning the first ever women's casino gauntlet match, and then it's what she was like, and then like it's gonna be in her hometown of Bourbon, Australia. This was like, yeah, like this is a dream come true because like I actually went to my first wrestling show in attendance and in that city in particular, just where she was like it all thanks to from my mom, because she scratch up some money so me and my siblings to attend that show in the far back, and because she like a hot dog woman that sells hot dogs like for a living, and then now like going back, like I want to say shout out to my mom, like I want to say I'm coming back home too. That's what the former Timeless one that has amnesia in kayfabe, of course, that didn't say it like this would. But that's why Antonio survives. Like, okay, like, what's your thoughts on Mariah May? This is where Tony's still like Mariah May, like, is the best in this business. Like today, like she is killing it as women's champion. But like, I have enough chance to, I have enough. I got enough. What's it called? Like she's the best in this business. Today, like she's killing this women's champion. This way that she can do like I haven't got a chance to properly introduce myself her yet, even though we all knew that she already have, but she don't know that because she's still in her amnesia state. But that's what she then offered to properly introduce herself, like, and let's play along so we don't like try to spoil anything or try to we're trying to ruin her moment. But this is where then Tony Storm, how about you and me, Mariah, to go face to face? This is where Antonio Schiavone was like, this is where she trying to refresh her memory by saying like, yo, you already like met her, like remember? This is where then Tony Storm was no, like what you're talking about? Like I haven't met her. This is what you you tell say it with me, like it's Tony time, and this where then Antonio Schiavone is like, okay, like I'll say it's Tony time, and that's where then they did did their little poses because mostly Tony Storm's pose taunts like yeah rock and roll, because she's playing like this rock and roll cool rebel female wrestler. That's what she even made Antonio Schiavone did, which I would start cracking them. I said this is going to be the similar. It's going to be the silver trophy of the war, like because we're going to be seeing what's the golden trophy, because we all know who's going to win, because this wrestler in particular always wins. Like next to the other one in particular, this where the MVP's like ever since and this is where we got the Hurt Syndicate. Then they showed like from their post match segment when they defeated Mark Briscoe in the private party. That's where he's like today, in a definitive statement has been finally made. Like I promised these two gentlemen, like when we came here to AEW, like in all the champion goals gonna be ours to be taken. Like Bobby Lashley has never been a tag team champion in his career, but I have, and so is St. O'Shawn Benjamin, but he's been many times as I have, and I was like, yeah, I know, like at least two of those reigns, I'll say most of those reigns were with two different tag team partners, which I'm not gonna get into right now, because it was from that other company that they're competing against. But that's what MVP's like. How about I got a proposition for you young boys. Well, Mr. Brother Zay and Brother Quinn. Like how about you put those tag team titles next week, like on the line in Nashville, Tennessee, like on AEW Dynamite. This is where he's against my boys, the standard of excellence, and the almighty Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley, also known as and we're gonna let you know that we hurt people, which that's their catchphrase and the name of their theme song, because they really do hurt their victims. But what are your thoughts onto this? Which I know this was only a matter of time. I would expect that this probably would happen at Grand Slam rather than being on the Dynamite card. But let me know down in the comment section right down below. This was probably the better idea to put it in this coming Wednesday's edition of Dynamite when they go. Oh no, I'm talking about next week's. Oh no, was it this coming Wednesday? But yeah, it was one of those. I'm trying to remember, like, what was. I'll say it's gonna probably be this week, like when they go homecoming, if I'm mistaken. Like when they go to the Daly's place, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, in Jacksonville. But yeah, this is where we got the Undisputed Kingdom came out looking like from their developmental days over at the other company. Like the only person they were missing is Bobby Fish to making it complete. Like, which I cannot say what the other Undisputed faction name it was because I'm not sure if I should be saying it when, on the AEW content. But it's where they look exactly like from their times in that other company. But this is where we got seeing them taking on the Shane Taylor Promotions infantry and what's his name, Lee Moriarty, with Adam Cole starting off with the Tiger style wrestler himself. This is where he goes for a headlock on him, but he gets dipped right into the top, course out to the bottom. It's where Adam Cole kicks him right in the head because he went way too early by bowing his head, which was a huge mistake. This is where he had to step up his security. He drags him right to his corner in the upper right side, which that's a very odd spot. But since they were in Cincinnati in this special event for AEW Collision, which is the what they call it, the Maximum Carnage. They decided to change it up a bit. But it's where Rod Strong try to go for a wrist lock, try to go for I'm here right. That's where we got Lee Moriarty tags in what's his name? Sean Dean of the infantry. This is where he tried to body slam Roddy Strong, but he pushed him right into the top corner side. He gets mid with a drop kick by Roddy. This is where he tags in what's his name? Kyle O'Reilly, which he's probably related to that auto store company. But it's where we got this is where I got Lee Moriarty trying to stop him. Is where he gets kicked right into the midsection by both Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly. This is where Kyle tried to go for a pin onto Sean Dean, but this is where he only got a kick out at 2.1. This is where he gets kicked right in the midsection. This is where he tags in Charlie Bravo. That's what his name is. This is where he tried to go. This is where he trying to get some strikes, but it's where he gets kicked right into the midsection. What's it? Carly, actually. It's Carly Bravo. While the other one's Sean Dean. Now I remember this is where we got Carly Bravo throws Kyle O'Reilly, dipped him right to the top corner to the bottom. But when the referee wasn't looking, this is where we got Sean Dean, the teammate, tripped him over, hits him face first right into the apron. Then Carly Bravo hit a middle drop kick like nothing didn't happen. It's where they're like, now that's the infantry with what's the name joining in like in the poses with what's it, Lee Moriarty? Like they like, yeah, Tiggy style. And this is where I was like, aren't you a little too old for Tiggies? But anyway, this is where we got Shane Taylor did start coaching Lee Moriarty. When the next time he gets tagged in, he told him what specific moves to hit one of the Undisputed Kingdom members with. This is where then the infantry were just going for splashes onto the man that could be related to the auto store company. But this is where they were doing that like when the partial powerful force was on, which is the commercial break. But it's where we got but that's where once the adverts came on, like after when it turned into a full, it's where Adam Cole was in control, like making a comeback onto, I believe, was Sean Dean, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. This is where Adam Cole went right to the bottom right side. I believe, if not, yeah, the bottom right side. Here's where about hit him with the Palmer Sunriser, but this is where he gets the counter. This is where he tried to attack him, but this is where Adam Cole he dodges where he hit a super kick, hits a keypad brainbuster. This is where he tried to go for a pin, but he gets denied at 2.7. This is where Adam Cole like that should have been it, even though that's a signature maneuver. But that's where we got Roderick Strong starting repeated knife edge chops right onto the infantry's what's the name to Mr. Sean Dean. Like, you were not giving no cares on what his former opponent, like in the other company, says. Like when he made his debut with that name, like which is Gunta, but that's where he thought he had the knife his shot, which he probably earned himself the fourth place spot. Hit the Rock Strong and hit the middle drop kick right on to Carly Bravo on the other side and diagonal corner in the upper left side. It's where it's a double drop kick on him. It's where it's a back suplex face buster. Maybe he would have gotten away with it sooner if it wasn't for the meddling infantry Shane Taylor kids, I guess you could say. It's where then you got him double eyes whipping the former international champion. This is where he kicks him right in the face. He gets a Gary Carly Bravo, like after drop kicking what's his name? Sean Dean. This is where we got Adam Cole's super kicks. Matt Menard that came in to start to step up to what's his name? Shane Taylor. He's like, come on, you want to fight me? Like, come and try to bring me your greatest shot. This is where he got out this headset when he was commentating with Nigel McGuinness and what's his name? Antonio Schiavone. That's where his kayfabe son Daniel Garcia came in, started hitting some strikes before he even got in the ring, right on to Shane Taylor. That's where Shane Taylor pushes him right to the left side. That's where Kyle O'Reilly hits a leg, like a roundhouse kick right in the side. Well, I call it a super kick. Rock trying a knee strike. Then we got Daniel Garcia hits a spinning back suplex. Well, I don't know how he did so because he looked like a AEW version of Viscera or Big Daddy V or Mabel, whatever we'll call him. But this is where we got the infantry and Lee Moriarty picks him right up and get him right into the back. This is where Daniel Garcia snatches back his TNT championship, where both the Undisputed Kingdom members who glances right at the TNT championship, which Daniel Garcia, like, either one of you guys, including you, Kyle, like, you can get a shot at this. Like, just let me know anytime, any place, but I'm warning you, like, you're not going to be taking this out of my possessions, which he gave him that glance. Like, with Matt Menard, like, standing side to side, but they still were cool, like, because he came in to save the Undisputed Kingdom. So, like, so they are pretty cool with that. But when it comes to that championship, they're gonna be battling it out. But let me know in the comments down below, who do you think, which Undisputed Kingdom member does get a shot at Danny's TNT title? And if you know in particular, like, who do you think is going to be? Let me know down in the comment section right down below, which I think it could be Kyle O'Reilly at first. And until we start fighting every single member, then it could be Roderick Strong. And then eventually Adam Cole, baby, at either Grand Slam or maybe even Revolution. Let me know in the comments about that as well. But it's where the show, like when Kenny Omega tried to return the favor to Will Ospreay when he nearly got mugged by the Don Callis, but ended up getting, like, even with Kenny Omega being side by him. But it's where we got the female reporter, like, at the time last winter, asked us, like what's going through your mind, like, with Kenny Omega having this? Where the Will Ospreay, like. He was like, look, like, I have problems with Kyle Fletcher. Look, and for Kenny Omega, we have our differences, like ever since our New Japan days, like, but it seems like this is a different side of both of us. Like, but I gotta admit, like, Kenny Omega's been doing some pretty amazing stuff. Like, and that's what it's like. And I think this is the first time in, like, I don't know, like, when the last time we ever had a positive conversation. So I think, like, this coming week, I'm gonna have a little chat with him, or next week, I should say, I'm gonna have a little chat with him. This is where he went on into the what they call. And, at the time it was Wednesday. This was like Kenny, like anytime, any place, like you're welcome to run into me and have this conversation. Like when he looked in right into the camera, which we're gonna be seeing him, like, being somewhere in any room, like discussing about this Don Callis family issue that they have. And speaking of the Don Callis family, this is where we got two of the members of the group, like, which most specifically Brian Cage and Lance Archer came out, which they're known as, the duo is the Murder Hawk Machine, if I'm not mistaken, that's what they call it. But they took on the top flight of the Martin brothers of Dante and Darius. It's where they barely had a chance of winning, because it's where immediately get ambushed while Brian Cage started off with what's his name, Darius Martin. After they did that, that unexpected attack. It's where he starts spearing him right into his corner in the bottom right side. It's where then he tags in Lance Archer. It's where then Lance Archer then double Irish whip him right back. Yeah, backing him up right to the corner, right to the turnbuckle. That's where he hits him with an uppercut. Then he twirls right to Lance Archer's leg. Then a slap block slam right into the back. And that's where then Brian Cage hits him with a leg drop kick right to the side of the head. I wasn't at the bottom left side, actually, yeah. That's where Lance Archer didn't claim everybody dies. I'm like, hopefully he's not exactly like his nickname is. But anyways, it's where we got what's the name? Lance Archer hit the big devastating elbow strike right to the upper left corner side, or bottom right corner side is where, and the diagonal side is where he came Martin, but it's where he gets stopped. Machine Brother that came in and hit a big devastating boot as soon as he get tagged in. This is where Brian Cage and picks him up to try to Irish whip him right down to the bottom right side. That's where the Brian Cage and try to go for his best tackle right onto Corbin. Couple drop kicks where he goes for a drop kick to fall, another drop kick, but right up in the middle of the year is where we got their honorary sister Layla Gray was rooting for them. Like, come on, you can do it. This is where but it's where we got Lance Archer got the tag. But it's where we got Darius Martin gives the lukewarm tag right to Dante Martin. The reason why I say that because he barely got any comebacks to offer right onto the Murder Hawk match. Because every time he does one move, he ends up getting countered on the next. Like if the fans are chanting what right at him, this is where we got what's his name? This is where we got Lance Archer catch him into a power slam, but he flips out of it, pushes the Murder Hog Monster right on the Brian Cage, hits some elbow strikes right to the face, boom, 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 boom. And this is where he try to go for Irish whip. This is where he gets countered by the former IWGP United States champion. This is where he gets thrown right to the bottom right corner side. This is where he tried to go for splash, but this is where we got Dante Martin smartly moved out of the way. He went right to the right side, then to the bottom right to hit a Gamingiri. This is where then he hits a springboard tumbling cannonball, which they had his big brother and his honorary sister was cheering on him even more. That's where they did their leap and dodge, with that double team tornado DDT routine maneuver, which is their signature. But unfortunately, that didn't work successfully because we got Lance Archer came in to distract them. That's where we got Brian Cage hit a discus lariat right into Darius Martin, while Lance Archer hits spinning Uranagi slam, similar to the Boss Man slam onto Dante. This is where we got what's name took control. Brian Cage attempted powerbomb, while Lance Archer grabbed him by the throat and over chokeslam, do a double team powerbomb chokeslam combo, get the 1, 2, 3, and the winner of this match, Brian Cage. And this is what it was Lance Archer and Brian Cage, which are known as the Murder Machine, and this is where they try to. That's where they even shot at they're gonna be going after for those tag team championships, but that depends on who's gonna be those championships. It could be either Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, or even the private parties, Brother Zay and Brother Quinn. But let me know in the comments down below. And do you think that the Murder Machine are well deserving of getting a shot at the coveted AEW Tag Team Champions? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But this is where we got Lio Rush and what's his name? And actually Andretti came out. Well, actually Andretti came out from the front, while in the back entrance it was Lio Rush when he attacked him from behind, with them wearing these very cool, but I'll say choiceful I'll say design onto their jacket vests that look like if they're a couple of red spiky. I don't understand what that even means, but it do look pretty phenomenal. I gotta admit, with the little spiky points in the corners, it look pretty cool. More red than my accessories that I'm wearing. I gotta admit. But what are your thoughts on them with this heel gimmick? But anyway, they went for an attack. They just beat up the poor not private party, the Top Flight. Well, actually, Andretti finished them off to Dante with a missile drop kick. This is where they say you were the ones that were holding us back from reaching great success. But this is what That's where we got Lexi Nair had her special guest at that time, which one of them is her husband, which is the Learning Tree, which Big Bill is, and then including with Chris Jericho and Brian Keith, which is classmate and is a student of this particular tree branch schoolhouse, I guess you could call it. But it's where then Lexi's husband was like the Learning Tree always said, like every branch grows fonder, and that's where the Chris Jericho's like, and Chris Jericho's not that type of guy that just stand here and allow you to try to stir up the pot like between the Learning Tree and the Death Rider. Like, so enough of your negative. No more mic breaking. It's where the Brian Keith hilariously said, "Enough, yeah, enough." No more mother unsweetened chocolate kiwi killing mug breaking. But it's where the Chris Jericho's like, yeah, we're all cool with the Death Rider. Like, we're gonna look each other face in the face, and we know each other for a long time. But we're the first two ever world champions of All Elite Wrestling history. Like, we beat the hell out of each other around the entire world. Like, we lift the scar. You lift the scar above my eye. Like, you see, like I took a spike and try to take out yours, which was back 5 years ago when they were battling for that said championship. It's where Chris Jericho, and when we've been through everywhere, like even before we were in AEW, like and we were even battling each other like then, like and sort of. This is what Chris Jericho like, and there's nobody as smart as me, like, and you. And this was like, and if I was dumb, like I'll lose you in the trust of the Learning Tree, like, and maybe we'll. Like, and maybe we can prove that we're more than just technical tactic. It's where we'll probably show you what we mean. And it's where we got. It's where it's where Chris Jericho then answered Lexi Nair's question by saying like, "You're such a slick ass burn," and this where or slick burn, I should say, or something like that, like without saying the A word, but this where the what's the name. Big Bill then described it as a slick ass burn, like, which I'm sure that's like a pretty inappropriate message of what happens behind closed doors between Big Bill and Lexi. But it's where this is where Brian Keith then agreed and said exactly what they said. He's like, yeah, that was a slick ass burn. You better watch it, Lexi. Lucky you're married to my classmate or something like that. Well, he didn't say all that like in the end, but yeah, you all get the point. But anyways, where we got the next slide happen is where we got. That's where we got Lexi there move on, like by doing a what they call a backstage interview with Daniel Garcia and his kayfabe father, I guess you could say, Daddy Magic Matt Menard. That's where Lexi Nair's like, well, that's what happened, Daniel. Just where before you had a chance, that's where Roddy Strong shouted out, Daniel, which I thought he was done with this gimmick. Even though, like, even for being done with this, I still think it's pretty awesome, like, when it's used sparingly. That's where then he said, like, sorry about that, I had to say it to get your attention. It's where the Adam Cole, like, hopefully that's the only time. This is what Adam Cole, like, but seriously, like, we totally appreciate you tonight for having our back there. Trust me, like, anybody knows about competition, like, it's definitely you, especially with that champion. Like, and it's the same, you don't have a third man, like, so we, me and so Kyle and Roddy and I can prove that we're the best trio in the business. That's what the Daniel Garcia like. How about next week on Collision on Homecoming? Like 3 years ago, like I did move to Jacksonville. Like I was in the bottom of the totem pole. Like, but 3.5 years later, I'm coming in. Like, is your champion? And that's what. It is what it's like, and maybe I consider a new father. This is where it made what's his name is kayfabe father, Daddy Magic jealous. He's like, father, like, oh no, like nobody not your father but me. And this is where it's like. And you want to call these three chunks new father? You on, boys. Next week, like you Homecoming in Jacksonville Collision, no doubt about it. Like if you want a 6-man tag match, like you on, and we'll find our third man. And I was like, I hope this is the return of Angelo Parker because we haven't seen him since it's been revealed that Ruby Soho has revealed her pregnancy of their child, like just weeks away from their wedding, I guess you could say. But anyways, where we got Max Caster then was like, thank you guys when he was in the ring. This is where we talk about like what just happened about what we just talked about on the SNA podcast. For those that were spoiled, like y'all already know what I'm referring to. But the ones that are unaware, I'm gonna explain it right here. When Max Caster then came out here with a bag, like that looked like a training bag that he keeps his training gear in, like when he's going like if he's in another sport, like whether if it's football or baseball, this was like there's been a lot of issues of the Acclaim, like which it seemed like he's suffering from a breakup, like with him. This was like you heard a lot of rumors online, and a lot of people are talking about it. That's where fans start booing him, not giving him a chance to talk. But he's up talking. He's like, I want to clear the air to Anthony Bones to please come in the ring. This where this is where Max Caster just start asking to ask like there's a big he's like, don't tell me you're gonna be going this far with this crap again. This way, like, you know what, man? For the last 5 years, like I tried to every fiber of my being to protect you in this very square circle, like protect you. Which that big number, like protect you in the media because we were tag team partners, like, and you became my best friend. Like, I try to keep you out of that controversy life. But now that I have to live you for very uncomfortable truth, like, you have made me a liar. Like, because for the last 5 years, I had to lie to every single person here in this in attendance on who exactly you are as a person. And the truth is, Cincinnati, which is the worst place, probably worse than even Max Caster, but tonight he's the worst man. But this is where then he called. This was like he's a cocky ex-lord piece of shit, and yeah, that's the only time I'm gonna be saying that word of tonight because the next time we've been hearing words like that, it's been censored out. But this was then Anthony Bones point out that that Max wanted all these people to believe that you're the best wrestler alive. When in reality, you just absolutely suck. And this where then Max Caster like, no, it said it right here in the paper of the government. It's where he had a platinum frame that it says that he's the best wrestler alive, which has been documented by the government. But this where then Anthony Bones like, yeah, that's what exactly. I mean, that's my prime example of you being example like of being like it's like. Maybe I call myself the Scissor King. Like, you've not been doing any scissoring for the last weeks. Like, Anthony Bowens is way more than just a Scissor King. Like, I possess every single tool, like, necessary to be a world champion myself. As the fans are saying, yep, like, he's an underrated world champion contender. This is what Anthony, I probably would represent AEW since I will put, like, the pen to paper. I am the GD pride of professional wrestling, like, and I am a tool player, and then this is where the fans start clapping, like, yeah, and this was like, and I don't need no paper documented bull sugar on the iced tea to prove it. Like, this was like, hold up, like, why y'all acting like this? I'm very disappointed on you guys. This is where fans are chanting daddy ass. This where it's like. And that's where Max Caster was like, first of all, like, you don't actually care about us, Billy. Oh yeah, before I get into that, this is where then he said, oh no, this is where Billy goes like, well, you're all a former tag team champion, like and we're also a former trio champion, the greatest ones, if not. This is where this is where Max Caster's like, oh, you don't really care, like you. And this one, then he's like, you don't care about it. The only reason why you team with us, like that, because like you just want to run off the coattails of both me and Anthony in order to everybody to chant your name again, like 30 years ago. This was like, instead of chanting me the best wrestler alive, this was like, and he's like, I can do it, but this was like, this one, then he started putting out his son. That's why your son's the one hanging around him. The gun club, both Colton and what's his name? Colton and the gun club, like, don't want to have sugar honey iced tea to do with you. This is where then Billy Gunn took offense to this. This is where it was like, oh, really? Like, you were gonna say that about me? This is where then That's where when he or Anthony Bowens, and we all know who he choose. Like for those that watch the show, that's where he clearly choose the Scissor King himself. That's where like who would blame the guy because Anthony Bowens was the guy that's talking trash about him, like claiming what's the reason is. That's where we got Anthony Bowens gave Max Caster the finger, which you can with him pulling the scissor. That's where he put the finger. That's where Max Caster done. Because and I say so because I was actually the leader of the team. And when I say go, you're gonna need me more than I need you. And I'm gonna prove that to you. And you, I want to be father. And everybody else that doubt me. And then they prove that you're the one that actually sucks, and you suck along with everybody else in this building. Which I cannot disagree with Max Caster onto that because they were the worst city of the United States onto that note. But this is where we got. This is where fans start chanting he sucks, which they got probably a lot of nerve. But this is where Max Caster was like, well, and since you don't need me anymore, and well, I don't need you either. Well, I don't need you either. So get the hell out of my life. Yeah, you worthless with me. And this was since that for the last time, the Scissor King's gonna do some scissoring with his adopted kayfabe father, and that is Billy Gunn. She's like, yeah, yeah. This is where they did it, but celebrating to the crowd. It's where. They got the standing ovation on the What Culture Wrestling article. But we got Swerve. This show Swerve Strickland was doing a little celebrity golf competition, I guess, with the likes of Travis Scott and DJ Khaled and what's the other one? Who was the other guys? It's Smith, and 50 Cent, yeah, that's who it was. That he was playing golf with. But it's where they showed it's where we got what's her name? Lexi there trying to ask some questions about what happened this kind of Wednesday. It's where he's like, Lexi, before you ask me, it's where this where Swerve Strickland still was on. This where it's like more time you talk, no disrespect, but more time talk, the more time that Ricochet's gonna run on you on your throat, Ricky, Ricky the Dicky, I guess you could call him, of AEW Dynamite, that the Grand Slam pay-per-view. Let me know in the comment down below. But this is where we got Tomohiro Ishii that finally did his match against the bitch man himself that think he could control the weather, which is the reigning defending Continental Champion, Kazuchika Okada. And it was and yeah, it was, and this was probably just a 5 or 10-minute contest, just the quick matches for filler. But this is where Tomohiro Ishii was bringing the fight to him, which I was rooting for him, even though I kind of sound like a biased a-hole. But who knows, But yeah, who knows what's the reason why I am? But he's where he tried to go for a grab. This is where he sent him right to the top course. This is where he tried to hit him on the stop, but this is where he thought he scared Tomohiro Ishii. This is where he was blocking, but this is where he's talking about, I can't believe you fall for. This is where he thought he was not joking around. He did not care if Gunther's going to be after him, which he got the third place by hitting repeated chops. I was like, yeah, I wish I was there doing it with him because he totally deserves that for him being such a lame dork, if that's the right term to put it. And I know that sounds way too childish, but I'm trying to say the PG way, because I'm not trying to say too many swear words, but it's where it throws him right to the right side. He nearly whacked him devastatingly with a clothesline. But it's where this idiot then kicks Tomohiro Ishii after he took a breather right to the outside, trying to go for DDT, but Tomohiro smartly got out of it by ramming him back first right into the top corner barricade, then the shoulder tackle right into the top corner in the ringside area, just laying out this I'll say incompetent bitch man, I guess you could call him, right into the top corner side. It's where then we got the partial powerful force. All the professional wrestling came on, and that was the picture-in-picture commercial break. But what they all they have advert. It's where then we got the you got the Rainmaker that sent the Ishii right to the top, right back in the ring into when he got to the upper left side. That's where he thought he was that certain Heartbreak Kid guy, which I shouted that he's not Shawn Michaels. Like, you're talking about him trying to be like that dead man dude. Like, but this is where we got after Okada did that, this is where he started doing his pose by giving everybody the finger, which I think that Cincinnati did deserve that, but why it had to be this man that had to give the Cincinnati crowd? But this way gave him the finger. This is where I started like, yeah, give him a taste of his own mess by bending that finger as well while hitting your version of the finger. This is where then he tried to this is where he tried to hit his own version of the Rainmaker, but this is where Okada elbowed him, unfortunately. But it's where he hit him with a back elbow. It's where ECE came back and knocks him down showtime, but he ends up getting drop kicked by the Rainmaker, which I was like, oh, like this is about to be the end. It's where everybody hit the Rainmaker, but it's where Tommy hit the headbutt right to the mid. I was like, maybe not. Like with that, me started getting more extra excited. Like, you know, like we all know this is gonna be a predictable contest. But it's where we got Okada trying to go for close, but Ishii hit a close line of something, laying him out. I'm like, yeah, come on, Ishii. Like, even though like it may not be tonight, but I give him a beating that he's been long for deserving to. But that's where he tried to go for a clothesline, but it's where we got Okada go for the left shoulder up. That's where Ishii was like, rain! Like, that's where he started bringing the thunderstorm. And I was like, yes, come on. Lightning strike it right on to where it does not shine, which he knew he did when he tried to go for that Falcon Arrow maneuver. But Okada hits the missile drop kick like if it's fight forever, right into the back. That's where then this bitch man had to roll right up into the upper corner side. This is where then right corner side, try to grab onto his own title of all things. Oh no, the ring bell actually. He grabbed onto the ring bell, like, well, it looked like he was about to grab onto his championship, but the ring bell of all things, which was kind of random. I would expect it to be the Continental Championship, but that's where Okada then distracted the referee with it. With the referee's like, hey, you can't use that. This is a disqualification championship match. Like, if you look, even though like you go championship advantage, but that's not what a champion want to be. That's where Okada. Okay, you're right. It's where it may look like that he's not have another trick up his sleeve by going for a Rainmaker. But first, he low blow poor Ishii right into the family jewels. I'm like, hopefully he's a family man already. But it's where we saw this so-called Rainmaker then hits him with the Rainmaker. Get on a great fight. I mean, Ishii gave a good fight, so I guess I'll give him a bonus red ribbon for his for his perfect impression. But I just hope that my boy Omega does beat him for that Continental Championship. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below if you're more enthusiastic than I am, and you're going to probably understand why I have kayfabe grievance to the Rainmaker himself. But this is where we got a hype video with the returning Gates of Agony of Bishop Khan and Tola Liona, and I cannot wait to see these guys. I kind of missed it. I was like, how come we haven't seen them in television? I don't know, but the good news is we will be seeing them in the foreseeable future. But next up, we got probably the bronze trophy of the night, which I totally forgot that the Undisputed Kingdom against the Infantry and Lee Moriarty deserves the blue ribbon of the night. Oh, before I get into this match, is where we got Dustin Rhodes. They got a match against this what's his name is there's this enhancement guy named Dustin Rhodes against Adam Priest. That's where I bring in fight. This is where I try to go for Irish whip. This is where after he started hitting with the punch, this is where he tried to go put him on his knees, try to go for running maneuver. This is where he gets hit with an uppercut by Dustin. This is where he gets sent right to the bottom right corner side. This is where he tried to go for a boot right to the family jewels. I'm like, yeah, like that's not gonna be good if he's trying to be a family man. But this is where we got what's his name? Dustin Rhodes got stopped by